Peter is having a bad year. The press hasn't been kind, and you know when an interview starts with the question, "Are you a pathological liar?" stuff isn't going your way. The fact is, Peter does kind of deserve it. Godus, a project that he put up to be kickstarted, made over $500,000, but it's 18 months late. And his development house, 22 Cans, just announced a massive team reduction on the game. There was controversy when Molyneux announced the Kickstarter. Being an acclaimed game developer, having worked on the seminal God game Populous with Bullfrog Productions, and more recently the Fable series, it wasn't as if he'd have had trouble finding a publisher. But he chose not to do this, and now the fans who paid out of their nose to back the game are left disappointed. And I played Godus, it's a hot mess. The gameplay basically being you slowly expand across the land to march your worshippers to their death so you can get more gems. You use the gems to buy this thing called Belief. Belief is what you use to expand across the land to get more worshippers to send them to their death. That's all there is to the game. There's a minimal progression system that's not finished, the multiplayer is not in the game, and it's poorly optimized. Which would be fine because it's an in-development game. It's in early access on Steam, but it's 18 months late and it looks like development is ramping down on the game. The fact is, it's not like Molyneux was the first successful game developer who went the crowdfunding route and kind of screwed it up. Tim Schafer, a lead writer behind the first two Monkey Island games and the designer of Grim Fandango, created a Kickstarter to fund Broken Age, a new point-and-click adventure being produced by his studio Double Fine Productions. Broken Age managed to make over $3 million, blowing their original goal of $400,000 out of the water. Despite this, development ran out of money for Broken Age, and Schafer made the decision to split the game in two, to sell the first half to help fund the second half of the game. Schafer caught a lot of flack for this decision. Running out of money when they made so much more than they'd asked for, it seemed incomprehensible. He didn't catch nearly as much flack as Molyneux has, but that might have been because Act 1 of Broken Age was a well-polished and well-received game. Well, half of the game. So why are these games fronted by well-respected and critically acclaimed developers struggling? I kind of blame it on greed, because once these projects get funded, they can have stretch goals and they just promise anything to make some more cash, and they don't really think through the application of these features. I'm fairly certain that Molyneux admits he promised anything to make more money in his Rock Paper Shotgun interview. Projects like these seem to show you exactly why we need pencil pushers and producers. When you have creative leads running a whole project, it becomes an overinflated mess. And this highlights a key problem with crowdfunding. When you cut out the middlemen, that being distributors and publishers, you take away a person to be held accountable to. Sure, you replace it with thousands of people from around the world, but you're never going to see them face to face in a meeting, and they can't phone you up for updates. And without that, projects will end up where Godus is now.